Good evening. I'm still just setting a couple of bits up. Hello and thank you, Craig. And I think we're all right for light. I've got a new mat. Look. Hey, Van, how are you doing? And hello, everyone. Boo, get off. So, what can I sell Chewy today? Well, we will start with I've got a Space Marine. No. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It was good to see you at the weekend, Ulfric, making a rare appearance at ProTech. It's not only fans, this one, Ian. That's the other one that I sent you the link to. We can sort that later. It's actually working on there. So, because everyone was so going to risk it and say, if I'm there Sunday, I will. Ooh, cool. Thank you. I still haven't wrote a list, so I might, if you are down Sunday, I might ask you for some help with the list. Yeah, I'm struggling. I've got answers for some bits, but not others. So yeah, I might need a bit of help. Please, help. Send help. What is this? One of you fans would have definitely, yeah. We playing 30k, Ian. There's one of the lads from Gotham's putting a 30k tournament on. Well, a 30k event. It's a builder league where we start with 500 points and build up each month. So, yeah, I've still got plenty of time to buy a couple of bits, but when I looked at it, hey Stuart, how are you doing? Yes, it definitely is. It would suit you down to the ground because it's 10k cheaper. Ooh. So yeah, love you, Ian. So yeah, I've got no answers for anything like dreads or anything of that sort of. I just had troops and some bits and pieces. So I think I might need to look at it. I've got a few bits that I haven't built or painted yet, or even looked at properly. I'll just set Danny on you. 1 second. I'm having problems with technology. Cancel. There we go. 1 second. Yeah. Too hot for fighting. I'm wondering what that is. Is that a parcel for me, Joe? Oh, go on then.
What?
I'll take it. Thought that was my door.
It's the one that went next door.
Oh. So, I have a parcel. It's Parcel Force parcel as well. Should we have a look? Sorry, this is very rude of me opening. We can have a session of what's in the box and wonder what's in the box. Ooh, I know what's in the box. Darren, I've got something in a box. I have a cheap strap. No, it's not for you. Hi, Jack. How are you doing? Oh, perfect timing, Jack. I've got a game to sell you. yeah, we've got a core set of Drop Fleet Commander. This is not the game I'm trying to sell you, Jack, because the game I'm trying to sell you is cheaper. So all we're interested, I'm in. So all we're interested in is the ships. So these ships. That's all I want. So what I got a demo of at Gotham, which we'll be talking a lot about coming up, was a game called Warp Speed FTL by a group of people called One Page Rules. And it's basically that. It's a set of rules on sometimes a little bit more than one page, but yeah, there we go. And you can use miniatures from any Battlefleet game going. So I've been buying up cheap stuff so we can sort some bits and pieces out. Battlefleet Drop Fleet Commander is one of those such games. So we've got some bits and pieces. That's a full sealed box. I'm going to try Battlefleet Commander as well. But Darren helped, and we had some other people's. I bought a small tray of it. So it needs to come out of that anyway. So we got a couple of the. I'm going to get this wrong. I think they're battleships. 2 battleships. And I'm thinking this is just a starter set. So 2 battleships. Or 3 battleships. This is the 3rd battleship that needs bits gluing back on once I work out where they all go. Right, cruisers. So what are these little ones? I thought the little ones were cruisers. So it was cruisers, battleships, and dreadnoughts? Frigates. So there's one in between that I'm missing. Oh, I'm missing the whole ship. No, I'm not. It's there. It's me being daft. So frigates, cruisers, and we need some battleships, and I need. Do you get battleships in the 2-player starter, or just cruisers? Oh, that one's fallen off. So that's, yeah, cruisers. Yeah, these are all just the cruisers by the looks of it. So I have 2 sets of that. So I've got a blue set there that wouldn't take much to paint up and finish off. And then I've got a box full of other bits that this lot's going into. Probably in about now. So part of what we're going to be painting over the next couple of weeks is bits and pieces like this. Not necessarily this tonight, because I'm nowhere near prepared to work out what everything is, and I would like to get a big battleship or something like that to do. But I've got some Covenant ships from, so what they're called, Halo Battlefleet. So 1, 2, 3 different size ships for that one. So again, something we can be made there. We've got some more of the bits and pieces thanks to Darren. So I'll try and get a couple of starter sets built up so people can play them. What were you said these were? Which ones were these ones? Because I can't seem to find these ones available to buy. Ooh, I do like an exclusive. So, cool. So this is the UCM fleet. So I've decided I'm going to collect UCM stuff, but I do think I'm over. I've got far too much UCM stuff now, so I'm going to try and maybe pick up some of the bigger bits and then see what else is out there available for us to get towards more ships. And again, it's a very if Jack is still there and he didn't fall asleep while I was drooling over my ships. If you go on one page or do a googly search for one-page rules, there is quite a few games, and this is Warp Speed FTL. But as I said, I'm going to try and get some starter sets put together so people can crack on and start playing. So as I said, I've got more than enough UCM. I've got some Covenant to start up with, and we'll get some of those games. I know Van plays it, Louis plays it, Lewis plays it. Sorry, I keep calling him Louis because of one of my other friends being called Louis. So yeah, it's a really good, simple game, and the rule set is done for free. We're going to probably join the patrons so we get up-to-date stuff and some other bits and pieces and benefits and stuff like that. And then if people want to, they can use the shop's printer and we can get some rule sets printed out. But it's all available online for free if you wanted it. So, for tonight, because people have been painting Battletech in the shop for the last week, I want to paint some Battletech. And I've got 8 over there, but what I want to do is, look at them, they're all even priced. I'm going to take 2 of these. Hello.
What? I got told to be here.
Goodbye.
We've got a message from saying, can you send Zoe?
That was to get the back door. Someone was at the back door, but that's sorted now. Sorry. So I'm going to pick 2 of these. Easy, very easy. Even I learned it pretty quick and picked it up. As I said, the one-page rules there's loads of them. There is literally 5 or 6, probably more, different sets of rules for various games. They do a 40k revamp, they do a skirmish revamp. So yeah, it's something that we're looking at the shop, because you can use any miniatures from any game and have fun playing it. So you can use stuff that you already own, stuff from obsolete games like the Halo battle fleets, anything like that. You can just pick up and use what you want. So back to this. What we're going to do is I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to pick them 2 for this week. Oh yeah, I had one game, a couple again at what's it called? Gotham. And once you get your head around the rules of moving and shooting and working out what stuff does, it's very easy. You can buy random mechs, or you can just buy the sets of them. The sets come in a box of 5 or 4, depending on what faction you go to. There's Clan, there's Inner Sphere. We've got an event aimed at starters and a bit of fun in a couple of weeks' time on a Sunday or a Saturday, I can't remember. We have people playing on Friday nights for a bit of a laugh. But the game hasn't changed much in the 20 odd years that it's probably more 20 odd years. You basically runs off 2 dice and a sheet of paper with your stats on. Yeah, I just took one mech for the event at Gotham and had a load of fun with it. So these are blind boxes. We don't get them on in that often. So when they do go, they do go. I think we've got a dozen or so left. So I've kept 9. What we're going to do is I'm going to paint them on the stream. Yeah. And then I'm looking for one for me to keep, and it would get painted in my colours, is the Kodiak. Everyone wants the Kodiak. And we have a Thor. Ooh. That's a pretty big mech. It's pretty nice as well. So we have a Thor who is Summoner A. It is a role of a sniper, and yeah, it has case. It is an Omni-mech. So cool. So the number 1 is a Thor. These are all clan mechs anyway, so we're not going to see any Inner Sphere shenanigans. And we've definitely seen one of these fellas a few times. This is an Adder Prime Puma. I think I've painted 3 or 4 of these now, and 2 or 3 of them being on the stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mulligan that one and paint it some other time. Just because the number of times I did them on this stream for the charity. I think there's one round here in a deep blue colour. So I'm going to grab another one. Or do we just open all 8 and all 9 and work out what's good and pick something nice to paint? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I do love the mech, but we're definitely hitting ones that we've already done. So we've done the Viper. We did a Lance on the stream a while back, and I've got a feeling I'm just hitting the same mechs. No, there's no rarities. Technically, most of these, there's one mech in this set that's quite hard to find, and people have been trying to find the Kodiak. I think it's the Kodiak. I'm sure it was the Kodiak. So if I could find a Kodiak, I'd paint that. And that one's just escaped. Clan Jade Falcon, a Loki Hellbringer. Put all these. I don't know. Oh, there he is. So I'll get them all out because we'll be doing these over the next couple of weeks anyway. Oh, all 3. But all 3. That's right. Yeah. I'll get Turtle Boy back out for you. It's not like the booster boxes for I forgot what it's called. I've definitely had that one a few times. Yeah, it's not like Hero Clicks. There we go. Stormcrow. I managed to break that box. Good evening, Beastie. How was you on this fine evening? Do you know what I was going to bring home to paint? I was going to paint the... Is this a griffin? Oh, Ice Ferret. Ice Ferret. Ice Ferret. Yeah, it's and these are good quality. Grindle. Not Grendel. Yeah, I'm not painting HeroClix. Definitely not. Not again, anyway. Ooh, that might be a one to paint. We have the Mad Dog Vulture. Wire brushing Ultra Chasers, yeah, well, if they did a good job of it in the first place, I wouldn't have had to. And then the last one, say, no Kodiak for Lee. No. We have a Gargoyle Man of War. Right, so that done. You know, I should have had a look on the cards to see who, because in the cards it tells you who they fight for. So we've got Clan Wolf, Clan Ghost Bear, Jade Falcon. So there's 2 Jade Falcons. Smoke Jaguar, another Clan Wolf. Clan Ghost Bear, which is Clan Steel Viper, Clan Smoke Jaguar, and Clan Smoke Jaguar. So, what colours should we do? Which set should we go for? I do fancy doing the Ice Ferret. So I'm going to nick the Mad Dog Vulture, and I think our first pick of the Summoner, the Thor, Tank Green and Camo. The problem with doing camo on this scale jack, the camo patches are like, oh, put the wrong one to it. I like a millimeter. I've never seen a good, not Tesseract and pink. Well, people shouting at me again. So Smoke Jaguar and Clan Wolf. I could definitely do them in my colours. Let's see if I can find one online to see what Mad Dog. Yeah. So the pilot for the Mad Dog is Cordworth, and Jaguar's Den is part of the Smoke Jaguars, but there is no colours on it on the link. So Alpha Command Star had 5 Omnimax, such and such. He is, and nope. Should we? Yeah. Clan Smoke. See if we get some colours. And the first one it comes up with, Jack, is camo colours. So they are a light grey colour. And believe it or not, Clan Wolf and Clan... So these have been both painted by another painter in Clan Wolf colours. I preferred the Tafar, or is it Kakar? There's no outlandish colours. They all seem to be, obviously, Clan Smoke Jaguar is greys, and so let's go with that. We'll go with a grey colour scheme, not camo, because that could be an absolute killer. So, first things first, let's get some primer on it. And a couple of handles. So, I'm going to prime in black. If I'm doing a light grey, then I'm going to make use of Zenithal. And get some pre-shading done with the under the there we go. Right, airbrush time. It hasn't been on in a couple of, well, since the last stream. I may have forgot to clean my airbrush. I've just noticed it's sat there. Seems to be good. It doesn't need to be super clean for this, so let's have my usual Badger Black, and I'm going to do it away from my nice new mat because I just painted that. I just bought a new one for the stream. Look, investment in the stream. Excuse me. So just going to quick black and prime down on it. Even though the primer, even the airbrush isn't wanting to work. Shock horror. It's going to be one of those days. Yep. And the moral of this story is always clean your airbrush. So, number 1 is done. And the airbrush has started working, so I'm happy. The other thing with the airbrush is you can control how much, or how little you put on. Whereas if you're using a rattle can, you're in the hands of the gods some of the time. Don't worry, I still use a lot of rattle can primer, but especially for like Battletech and stuff like that, getting it on in even coats, not thick, not too much of it, and where you want it to be, really does help. The other thing with putting it on thin, it doesn't take long to go dry. So, number 2, and I will clean this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick look to see. I've just bought the last bits of the Pro Acryl range, but I've not put any of this stuff through the airbrush yet. So what I might do is try some of it through the airbrush. I can't remember whether I got airbrush medium for it or not. I know I got primer, and I wasn't a fan of the primer. With IPA, I don't think I bought any medium. No Pro Acryl medium. So I'll just use Army Painters. So a little bit of Army Painter in there. Army Painter Flow Medium in. Oh, I didn't even pick what grey I was going to use. A neutral bright. Yeah, seems about right. What we're going to do is pour a small amount straight from the right, rather than using the dropper at the moment. And where's my mixing brush? Mix it in the pot. Let's see how this thins. That is nice. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to do it away from the mat, but 45-degree angle down, picking out the zenithal. Just building it up lightly, not going too deep. So it does want to be grey rather than just a zenithal highlight to put the paint over like we have in the past. So, but when you look from underneath, you can see it still looks black. But when you look at it as a mech, it looks as though, and that gives you the impression when you're holding it, and when you're looking at it, it gives you the impression of shadow. So you get a mech that it does look white, but it is grey, and I'll probably be doing a null and wash over that anyway. Oh, I've frozen on the camera. I'll sort that in a second. Let me just mix this paint. You can't see me sticking my tongue out here and everything now. I'm surprised the cameras haven't fallen over quicker, because the heat still is ridiculous here. No problem. Oh. Why you do this to me? Yeah, it's not as bad as yesterday, but it's still... I think that camera, looking at it, has switched off. So I'll just get the other coat down on this. And then I can sit there and drying while I play with the camera for a bit. So I know for it's splattered. For non-airbrush users, it's a bit of a pain, but if you've got an airbrush and you can pull off this sort of zenithal, then it's definitely worth giving it a go to get this effect. Just works. It just gives an extra depth. It just got an extra layer of like detail to your mech. Or whatever you're painting, to be honest. It doesn't have to be just the mech. There you go. You can see underneath is still quite dark, and that gives you your shadowing. Right, let me have a quick look at this. Yay, that's fixed. Let me just delete that one and delete that one. And everything's fine on there. Right, let me just clean my brush out and we'll get on with some washes and some detail. This is the other good thing about Battletech Tomo. They're really easy and really quick to paint. Even with just brushes, you could probably pick a colour of what you're going to be. I think Zoe's done the same. She's picked purple and she started painting everything. She did the purples just with a spray can. And now she's gone on to painting accents. I think she's doing red, like a red accent. And then on top of that, she's going into doing the detail like cockpits and shoulder flashes and that sort of stuff. And yeah, did you think it was going to be any less? Yeah, really is quick and easy, Tomo. Well, I've purposefully not done my scheme because just because of the my scheme's probably a lot easier than this. Has that news just gone up into the GW places, Darren? Look, I'm not even calling you Russell tonight, so look at that. I'm a good boy, me. Yeah, I've got some of that to do. We've got a OP kit to run for that at some point. It is a good fun game. Paul plays it quite a bit. So, do I go for standard wash? I'm going to go for the lighter. No, I'm going to go with this. So this is what I was. So this is the wash that I made to do my Iron Warriors at first, but I've been using it on metals a lot. I used it on. So you saw the night that we were doing last week. That's at that stage now. So I've got some weathering, streaking grime. I'm going to try the streaking grime on that, see how it goes. And that's the Pro Krill stuff that I've just got quite a range of now. I think I've got all of it, which I'm really looking forward to getting more use out of it. So go with that one. And yeah, so this is the stuff I was going to use on my Iron Warriors until we changed it, and I didn't do them anymore, and I got someone else to do them, didn't I? So this is Nullin. It's pure Nullin, but it's 50-50 gloss to matte. So it's a bit of both. And I used it on the silver, and the silver, it really worked well. So let's see what it does with this. So this is just that grey, and then I'm going to go over it with this wash. I'm going to try and pull as much off the raised surfaces as possible. But I am going to go back in and use the good old-fashioned dry brush method to get the rest of the colours to pop. So you're starting to get a better grey. So this is a very light grey that it's got on it at the moment, a little bit too light. So if you're ever planning on doing a wash all over with something like Nullin, it's always best to do the colour, your base colour, a shade or two lighter. And that way, when you put the wash down, you get the desired colour instead of a darker version of what you were anticipating or wanting. So again, that grey and the primer has gone off in no time. The heat's helping, but it's still, because you're not putting a lot of it on and you're not putting it on through a rattle can, the primer goes on really quick and you can be down and painting within a minute or two after you've got through it. The other thing, Darren, remember how much the Forge World variant is. I think that's quite cheap considering. Yeah, but that was the only place to get them from before the plastic variant. So there we go. A bit more definition down there. Oh, a bit too much definition. Yeah. That's the Mad Dog. And again, I've gone with a fairly small brush. I haven't gone with a huge brush because I'm trying to work it in rather than just splodge it all over and then pick up the pieces afterwards, which is my usual method of washing. So if you're working it in, you try to go across the lines where you're wanting the wash to sit, and what that does is it pulls it off the brush. If you're going 90 degrees to the line, it fills the little trough up rather than just coating the whole piece. I did mine after. So at the pointage that we're at, do you think we're going to see many tanks at 500 points? I was looking at some of them and they're only like, there's some, if you pick well, you're talking 100 points or 120 points, which is probably on par with your Dreadnought, if that makes sense. Wow. Yeah, there's tanks cheaper. So that is the colours down, the bases and the washes. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good point to go for. I bought transfers. Unless they're up there somewhere. No. I'll have to find my transfers. I'll tell you what I did get. When I was at Export, this is why I was asking if people are taking tanks and stuff like that. I know you like your I know these are a pain in the arse to build. But I'd be willing to Is taking one of these fellas too much at 500 points? But he looks so good. I take it he's good. At least I didn't give you this to put together and paint. Yet. So what you're saying is I have to build and paint one of these, but in Tesseract Glow? Or with Tesseract Glow components? Hold on, didn't he wanted to go Iron Warriors? How was that for a building exercise? Yeah, I was only bringing one. There is it called the Battle Star, where you put 4 of them round Perturabo. Yeah, you can just put it in as a what they're called? Alliance? I just love the model. Right up until asking someone. All of the cheating. Just look how sweet he is. Right, we're waiting for them to dry. And I've got them all on the table, so I might as well start building them. Might paint this on the... Get it all built. Get it washed. Get some of that, the blocking primer on it. Knife. So yeah, we can do a bit of 30k tonight as well. Oh, that's some of the bits prepared. I did fancy Alpha Legion. I just like the green. Alpha Legion's the green, isn't it? Is Alpha Legion the green? No, that's Horus. Heresy. No. Alpha Blue? Alpharius? Greeny blue, turquoise, yeah. What's the Alpha? The one that the poster boy ones that they're using at the moment is oh god, what's he called? Horus's Legion. Yes, the Horus's Sons of Horus. That's the one. Why couldn't? Wow, I'm blaming the heat. Yeah, I like the colours that the tanks and stuff are coming in for the Sons of Horus and stuff. I take it GW have fixed the colours so they can you can actually buy the Sons of Horus green. I think I've got a pot of the old Lupercal green from Forge World. But that stuff was like hen's teeth to get hold of. Wow. How the mighty have fallen. That would make sense because some of the Forge World clears turned and went horrible. The red, whichever the red one was, that went a horrible milky red when you were using it. That was quite a shocker when I bought a pot of that, thinking it was the same stuff. Oh, so he does have a gun in there. The gun. I wonder if these have to be heated up and the ammo belts and stuff. And that is not one of those bits. Yeah. And two of them. Has Battlescribe had any updates to get us up and running? I tend to use Battlescribe for everything. 30k and 40k. I don't know, it just makes it easy for me rather than looking through 30 books. And there you go. And the heads are pretty good. And the second one of them. There we go. That's the shield. Shield's the size of a Battletech mech. And I don't know how that bit comes off. So it's a long piston. That's cool. There we go. The piston-y bits. Yeah. And that is all the bits for that. Right. Let's get all the flashing off there. There's more resin in those bits. Right, I will. These. No, they're still a little bit damp. Let me do a bit of work on this while waiting. So, haha. One is the groin. That is correct. I'm guessing that way. And then a very maneuverable kit or changeable kit. So I'm going to go to the glue that we were talking about last week, which is the Maxi Cure from BSI, and carefully looks around for his activator, because if there is no activator, we did this last time, didn't we? We have a small amount of activator. And that was that side. Pretty much square on. And same on that side. If you're thinking about Battletech Tomo, have a look into the law and stuff like that. See who takes your fancy, that sort of stuff. There's a couple of sides to look at. and it'll be worth picking up ones that you fancy running, sort of thing. I think we're going to have. I get how the piston's working out. That's cool. But what I would like is to see how the foot goes into the socket. And the second socket. Yeah. That looks about right. Yeah. I think the biggest thing I would suggest is getting the. So you have a combat sheet with armor and all your bits and pieces on. I would get them laminated. So you've got them and you can just use dry white markers on them. If that makes sense. So the actual BattleTech game's been around a long time. So it's had plenty of people involved, plenty of gamers, plenty of scenarios written for it. There's a lot of, if you're wanting to do campaigns and stuff like that, there's lots out there for it. Even if it's just you and Ravo playing, you can take on certain mechs and certain factions and have a bit of fun. Yes, since I was wee Ben. I've, as you probably already understand, I've got quite a lot of it, and I class it as. Yes, I forgot to bring it home. I was going to do Bruce Lee and forgot. Big fella coming in next week. That didn't work very well. That may have snapped very easily. There we go. That was a bit tight, let's say that. 2 pistons. There should be 2 bigger pistons. Yep. Yeah, mate. There should be a couple in. I think I've done the legs. Yay. Arms and elbows. That horrible feeling you're missing bits. Shield hand. Definitely missed a bit off. So that was on there somehow. Yay. That's cool. So let's put the legs out the way and take a swig of drink. What I'm going to do, I hit the spot, is take the bits from this big fella and I'm going to put them all into the box because there's definitely arm pieces missing. Let's see how good Games Workshop or Forge World are at getting us some bits. I think either that or I've got it wrong, and then I'm going to look silly. Right, where's these fellas? These don't need building, and what I'm going to do is, because I am quite aware of the time, and these haven't dried properly yet. Yes, I know. There we have it. So, quick blast with the hairdryer and get the last little bit done. So, what I'm going to do is go back to the bright neutral grey, or natural grey, neutral. It is neutral. I'm going to treat myself to a new piece of cloth. And I'm going to do some dry brushing. So with the Pro Krill, I'm just going to put a splodge or two, about that, and then some nice, decent, soft. That one. Going to go with about that size, and then let's have this fella out the way. So yeah, it's bringing its natural colour back. Again, when you're doing it, if you go in the direction of the light, so don't rub up and down, just rub down. And that gives you, it keeps in line with the zenithal. Because if you brush up, you're going to hit the parts that are meant to be dark. If that makes sense? Ah. I'm not concentrating on the cockpit because that will change colour. But just a quick blot over with the dry brush. It takes it from, I don't know if you can see the difference. It's, yeah. Let's do some of this. Oh, it's not switched on today. So you can see you've got extra layers of highlighting on. And it brings the grey back to roughly where it was before you do the wash. So again, just in a sweeping motion down. Anything in particular you needed to know, Tamil? Again, it's just a quick, we're not going to town on it. These are going to go, I'll probably get these painted up and put them into the cabinets for 25 quid each, fully painted, out the boxes, which isn't a bad price. We did a load last year and they sold really quick. So that's dry brushing done. That's that level of dry brushing done. And put that brush away. So what you can do now is Ash doesn't like. Well, I'll tell him to buy you some new ones. Oh, I'm guessing the camera doesn't work on close up for pictures of me. So I'm going to the Bold Titanium White again. I've used this before, but I used someone else's pot of it. And again, similar dry brush. Yeah, I didn't like putting them together either. They were interesting to say the least. Right, so the titanium white. What I'm going to do is, with the titanium white, I'm going to really as much of it off as the brush as I can. White like this can be quite a stark contrast, so I'm just going for the top areas. Let's have so across the panels, just to pick up some of the brighter you try not to do too much with the white because you get quite, you can see it picks out a lot of the lines. There we go. So you've also got to remember is this camera is showing up minuscule detail that even my eyes can't see. So again, just quick, nothing. You're getting, so this is like the third level of colour. So you've got the original black, which you can still see underneath, which is quite shadowed. You've got the grey, then the wash, then the grey being brought back up again, and then the white final highlight on it. And again, just here that looks super effective. And it's not been too much hassle. There's been little or no effort. Again, it's just knowing how to do it and then having a play and trying different colours. As with all of these streams, some of them work, and I've got some figures over there that didn't work. It happens. But we now have two mechs ready for some bits and pieces. I'm thinking of a light metallic dry brush as well, but I'm also thinking of some metal colours. Is duraluminum too bright? So I'll go to my close-up glasses and start picking out some. Let's have. So just picking up a couple of the. I'm also going to do the cockpit in this, so we'll go over it with one of the clear colours. And then maybe the red clear on it. Right, so weapons and the tips of the weapons in metallic. Some of the paneling. Yeah. Do I do some copper? Have a look. Yeah. They're pretty good, mate. Wouldn't be too upset with them. Hello, Mr. Eugene. So a couple of panels in the copper colours. So it's a bit thinner. There we go. It's not as strong as I'd hoped. What else have we got? Strong metallic. Oh. Yeah, I brought some of the blind boosters home with me and just went with. We've opened all 9, a full box of them, so we've opened all 9 and just pottering through a quick paint. We're not going overboard. These will just go up into the shop at the end of the, well, when they're painted. That's better. So the copper is from Procryl. I'm not even sure these are heat sinks, but they pretty much look heat sinkish. So a quick coating in copper breaks up the colour as well. That makes sense. Brassy brass. It's not brassy brass. I've gone with Copper Metallic by Procryl. Coppery copper. So a couple of bits here and there to show that it's got heat sinks and that sort of stuff. I'm going to try and get those panels again. There we go. Just so you're aware, Eugene, this is called painting. Don't know. I know it's a foreign concept and copy copper. Cool. It's alright because you very rarely touch the paint yourself unless you lick the brush. And again, just picking up bits to, it's basically to break it up so it's not all one colour. Oh yeah, you've always got to butt lick the brush. You know what? Looking at its butt through the camera, I'd seen I'd missed somewhere. You're only jealous. Oh, crack. So the Procryl copper is going on really well. It's really nice. I'm going to do this panel in it as well on both sides. Again, not going fully to the edge. If you leave a small gap of the grey showing, it just highlights it a bit, gives it a border, gives it something. Yeah. I'll do a bit on the gun as well. I didn't realise the time. Tonight has now flown past. Time flies when you're having fun painting. It is. It goes on really smooth as well. I was talking earlier, I've just swapped out a lot of my GW paints to Procryl. to see what it was like. I got some bits during lockdown, and then when we were down at the weekend, I saw they'd had a restock, but the only one they didn't have was the white. There we go. So I thought I'd grab some white, and I saw it come in on the stock on the website. But I bought the base set because I had all of the other sets except for the base set. So I'll do a quick look at what you get base set thing. So you get, and there is just a metallic set, so you can buy just the metallics that you want as well, or you can just buy singles. Dark umber, very nice brown. Camo green, for camo. The jade is a very nice jade colour. Bright ivory, that's the one that I've already got quite a few of because I was using that quite a bit. And the ivory, the coating on them is fantastic. And then tan flesh, so these can go up into ivory, tan flesh. Jade, bright jade, camel green, and then burnt umber. So I've got burnt umber and burnt sienna, and then the second pack. So there's 4 packs, so you get 4 lots of 6. Some of them you'll have seen today because I've already used the extra titanium whites. So bright warm grey and faded ultramarine because they are fading. Grey there, blue, might hold the blue down there. Dark warm grey. We don't need any warm dark stuff at the moment. Golden brown, which is just a brown, it's not actual gold. And there's the light umber and the dark grey blue. The ivory, it depends on the company's ivory. The white from this coats really well. That's why I used it as a dry brush. I don't often use white as a dry brush. Burnt red to go into the red area. That was the orange that I want to try, which is very much like our colour. And then we have magenta, purple, mahogany, and then sky blue pink. And see these put away out the way. Pale pink. Mahogany is a brown. Orange is a yellowy brown colour. And then purple. And the last pack is just basics, like basics. You have the white, which you've already seen there, bold titanium white. Then you have green, coal black, bold pirate red, golden yellow. The golden yellow is one I want to try, and then blue. So we have, as I've said, we've got the whole range now. All of the transparents are there, all the metallics are there, the base colours are there now, and a lot of the bits in between. So yeah, that's cool. And so I need I'm going to go with red because I think I've got some red left in this pot. In fact, I've definitely got blue left in this pot, so I'm going to go with the blue tinted windows. So this is Calth Blue from Forge World. It's one of their clears. I should have used the Pro Krill clear, shouldn't I? So you just sort of fill the recess with it, and then the metallic will show back through. I'm not so certain. Oh, yeah. Down that gap. So yeah, you get that like that. So just a couple of the panels. Again, this is more just to break up the colour of having like everything grey. So there's no right or wrong, there's no place that you have to put this. This is just a couple of colours to break up the bits and pieces that are the grey. The good thing with it as well, if you've got shading on the panels from the dry brushing, the clear will show that up as well. There you go. And then two. And if I'd chose the red to do it with, I would have done exactly the same in the red. Picked out some bits and pieces to break it up. Maybe something knee pads. Knee pads and those. There we go. And then I'm going to crack open the brand new bold whatever red. I'm going to use the bit that's on there rather than waste some. So that's the what's it called? That's the seal. So I pop the seal. That was the blue. That's pick up every one of the missiles that's still showing. we go. Yeah. So, that you can see that because it is very, very very subtle. So, I said I didn't want to go too far. I don't want to go into doing all kinds of markings and patterns and stuff like that. But for a basic grey mech with a couple of bits picked out, he is just where I need him to be. And then I think I've converted Darren to this stuff as well. Look at this. Everyone knows my favourite brown earth texture. These are, I've forgotten the Clan Smoke Jaguar. Oh, here you go, mate. Scraping the barrel, literally. I have bought myself a new one, but while there is still good peanut butter to be had, I will still go mining for the good stuff in the bottom. What did you think of the brown earth? It's not peanut butter. What did you think of the brown earth texture? Yeah, at the moment, this pot, obviously I've had it for 6 months, and as you can see, I'm about done with it. Because there is a lot of lumps in it now. But I blended it all up not so long ago. Because it could do with some more liquid in it at the moment. But do you have a paint mixer? Like a paint whisk? Ah. I have a Badger paint whisk. I think it was £6. It's battery operated and it looks as though it came from the 70s. and I just put a load of, and I'll probably end up doing it again because that's absolutely shot now. But I don't know, there's still a lot left in there for like there's all sorts mixed around in it. So I use my all-time favorite. He says airbrush medium from Army Painter. Squirt a load in. Get it all over the table. Try to get the majority off the edge. It does mix up really well again. I think I'm going to go back to quarter of a pot here by the time you will find lumps. But I don't know if this is just me being tight, but there you go. So I'm just seeing if I can. It is there. Ah, red paint everywhere. Look at that. Here you go. All the toys. So it is a Badger airbrush company, and it just works great on small pots. But yeah, it could take a while, and usually does. You could probably use a drill or a wow stick. If you had a wow stick, you could stick some. No, the wow stick's way too slow. But again, once you've got it to a certain point and it's shakeable, got another 6 months left in that now. Mini kitchen whisk, yeah. There you go. That's good to go. Off the lid again. Yay! I'm not going to say it to be perfect, but when you're doing lumps of mud, it doesn't need to be. Yeah. I think I must have used about 10-15 tubs of that, and it just works. And I did a video 3 or 4 years ago of adding different washes to it, and the different effects that you get off it. Probably my favourite's always been Agrax on it. That gives a good colour. And while that's drying, take one of my big brushes. So again, this is Vallejo Model Black. I should have tried the new black. Keep forgetting to try the new stuff. So you'll probably, if you do it this order, you'll probably have to do a little bit of tidying up after you've done the wash on the dirt. but it also gives you a bit of a heads up of where to put some extra wash if you've missed a bit at the edge. And then I'll finish it off. I use these on mine. So tiny tufts. They are probably more in keeping with small bushes for this sort of level, but they're better than huge gargantuan trees that some of the stuff would look like. So that is, we didn't get both of them done because I spent time building something. But as I said, 2 hours, and a lot of it was drying time, and you could get a lot more done if you're batch painting or batch basing and that sort of stuff. Once I've got him done, I'll get some pictures up, or I'll get the basing done and get a seal on him. Once that's done, I'll get him up on Facebook for people to have a look at. So, yes, we got legs done as well, as far as we could. So, thank you everyone for coming by. It was good to see you all again. I will be back again next week for more. Next Wednesday again. I'm enjoying just getting a bit of painting done, having a chat with some of yous. So, again, thank you everyone for coming. Take care, and we shall see you soon.